Yes. We're back for another episode. Um, What did I hear? Some background talking, man.
I don't know. I don't know, man. But I'm gonna say this
Oh,
though.
my bad. That's Master P. Go ahead. And that makes sense how this show. That tells you a little bit how this
Look,
show
man.
gonna go.
Oh, look, man. Why we got this show scheduled at this time when our boy Jamal Murray is going off, man? Come
What he
on,
hit? What
man.
he hitting him for? What he hitting him for?
Can't hear you, brother.
You can't hear me. Well, I don't know. Hold on. Can you hear me? Still can't hear me.
Oh,
That's what kind of show it's gonna be.
I got you, Ant.
So you can hear me.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you killing me. You're killing me. You're
No,
killing me,
man.
Mickey.
Yeah, you.
Nah.
I'll tell you about it later. But
Okay, cool.
we got this Denver game, man, on it, and when you see me looking off to one side, I got one eye on this Denver Utah game.
So what Jamal Murray doing to him? That's what I was
Man,
asking you.
he got at least 30 plus, close to 40 probably.
Wow.
Make this one.
What time is it in the game?
Number three, 2:43 left. They up 5. 106, 101, the fourth quarter with a little over 2.5 minutes left.
Okay.
So what's going on, man? How's your weekend, brother? Uh-oh.
It wasn't bad. No, it wasn't bad. I'm just thinking, man, because I had some rough weekends, man.
Uh-oh.
I had some rough weekends, but no, this one is pretty good. Going back, preparing for the kids to go back to school, the virtual situation. So, we had to get my mind right to, deal with the technical difficulties, which we should be well versed at it. Stuff we go through, but
Yeah, man.
so what's up with Hurdling Hiles? Is Hurdling Hiles gonna get the run this year?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's I don't know. I don't feel confident. Now, the only thing good about track is, see, I didn't let him run summer track this year, but the good thing about track is you can naturally social distance plus you're outside. So there's a chance. We will see.
And the better you do, you can do apparently more social distancing.
Read these Nikes. Yeah.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. The name on the back of the jersey.
I'm trying to make him a sprint hurler, but he's more of a distance hurler. He's 300, 400 meter hurler, to be honest with you. But he's fast, so you gotta have a good form to run the 110 hurdles, and you gotta get his trail leg right.
So he only doing the 110. He ain't doing the 3.
No, he will be doing the 3.
Oh, okay.
The 3 would be probably his best. He's a 400 meter hurler.
I never heard of a 400 meter hurdle.
Yeah, he ran a 50. He ran a 55 as a 13-year-old in 400 meters. So
a 55
yeah,
and jumping over hurdles. I think when I was in middle school, I was running a 55 in a quarter without no hurdles. Wow. Are you there? I think I done lost my mans because I think the situation froze up. So, is anybody out there listening? Let me know if we still live, because I can't see Van talking. I can't hear him unless I done muted him again. You all right?
yeah.
All right.
So,
Hey, mama. My mom says hello.
hello, mom.
But no. Did you hear what I said?
What would you say?
No, I was. Your screen was on froze. I don't know if it was me or what, but I said 55 doing the 400 hurdles.
No, he
I
ran
was
a
doing.
55 open 400.
Oh, okay. That's what I was saying. I did a 55 in middle school, like without no hurdles. So
You ain't do
for
it.
him to do that with hurdles,
You ain't do a 55 in middle school.
yes, I was.
You ain't do a 55. You ain't that fast.
Oh my word. Uh oh. Uh oh. We
You
got my
might
man.
do that.
Hold on. We didn't get to introduce the man. I'm just gonna bring him on because this is the
Well,
type of
that's your job.
that's the type of introduction he makes, man. Everybody on social media know we got. I don't know what Chet Lemon means. I have no idea who Chet is, man. What's up, Chet?
You don't know who Chet Lemon is? Come on,
Yes.
man. You ain't that young. Come
Who
on.
is Chet Lemon, man?
He was a baseball player for the Detroit Tigers like back in the 80s. Come on.
Did he have the? He ain't the one who had the thing the mustache.
No, but he had the big fro, played for the Detroit Tigers. So I was an outfielder, and so my last name's Lemon, so I became Chet Lemon, and I played for Kentucky Wesleyan. People at Kentucky Wesleyan still call me Chet Lemon, and I will forever be Chet Lemon. Without a doubt.
You don't quite look like Chet Lemon though, Ryan. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, I could run like him. I couldn't play like him, but that's how I got the name. People to this day still call me Chet from Kentucky Wesleyan.
I'm more talking about your melanin and your skin is not Chet Lemon.
Well, maybe not exactly. No, but Van, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Why did you used to wear two helmets at UK? I supposed to ask you that.
Oh.
Oh, well, hey, we're going low already. Okay.
Hey, that's.
Nice on my back.
Hey, Ryan coming right out with him. Go
Ryan
ahead.
coming at me, man.
Explain that. Explain that.
I just had dinner with Dante Key, and he told me to make sure I asked you that. Why you had to wear two helmets at UK?
Cause Dante missed so many damn tackles. That's why.
Oh. Oh.
That's why. I had to cover for him.
You're cleaning up his mess.
Exactly.
I got you.
And so I was putting my head in places I shouldn't be putting it because Dante was letting people go to get around him.
I
That's
got
his
you.
fault.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, Dante.
Yeah.
I was see Ron, since you relay a message, I saw this little picture that Ant put on Twitter, and I saw a little strawberry on your knee. What the hell's going on?
In the basketball.
Why are you on the floor?
See, I'm always like 5 foot nothing. So the only way I'm going to be able to play is if I'm hustling. See, Van, I'm a hustler. I'm diving on the floor after loose balls. I'm getting steals. I'm getting, tipping passes. And the only way I'm going to score, I can't shoot. So I'm going to get the steal, going the length of the floor, getting a layup. So I probably got that strawberry diving on the loose floor after a loose ball, probably setting up a teammate. That's what that is.
That's doing rec league play though. That's
was
rec league play. Come on, you taking charges?
That was a John Calipari fantasy camp that I got thrown into with no warning, no training, no conditioning, no nothing. And I was so out of shape. I was pathetically out of shape. And I probably honestly got that. I probably tripped and fell down and busted my shoe if you want to know the truth.
That's funny.
Wow, man. Wow, man.
Anthony knows it's the truth. I probably really honestly just tripped over my own feet and fell down. That's probably what happened.
I was a little bit hesitant, to share that photo. You shared it as your profile picture, so I said, he must be pretty proud of it. So I was like, man, I was really just wondering, like, why are you on the bench? I thought the Ryan Lemon I know, besides being one of the top sports reporters, just dig right now. You're not gonna Alan Cutler. I don't know if you're gonna Alan Cutler anybody. You ain't about to get on your horse after nobody. But I mean, you get the scoop. Like everybody cool with you. You will ask it. I told Van, I said you will ask any question. Like you don't care. And you'll steal a base every now and then. So I figured you had to be pretty decent at basketball.
I played, started 3 years in high school, but of course my dad was my coach. So I guess when your dad's the coach, you're going to get to play, right? Yeah. Dad didn't have any other point guard to play. You know, your little white kid playing for your dad. You got to be a pretty good little point guard. So I got to play for him for 3 years.
Well, you have to be pretty good to play for your dad because usually if your dad's a coach, you're gonna treat you like shit. So you had to be pretty good then.
Hey, I tell you what, I'll tell you this quick story one time. We started a game one time, and I scored the first 6 points of the game, and I thought I was Michael Jordan. I thought I was the best player in the history of basketball. And they called a foul on me, and behind the ref's back, I went like this.
Oh man!
We're getting screwed. My dad took me out, grabbed my jersey, and he threw me to the end of the bench. And punched me out the whole time as he threw me to the end of the bench. Well, the backup point guard came in, and they put like a full court press on, turned it over like 3 straight times trying to get it pressed. He came down to the end of the bench, grabbed my jersey, threw me to the score. He didn't even say a word, but he knew he had to put me back in because he didn't have a point guard to get the ball off the floor. That's the feeling coming from my dad.
And you know what's crazy? And you know what's crazy, man? I was going through some of my Ryan Lemon notes, and I was like, that ain't the first time you've been grabbed and thrown out of somewhere.
Oh,
And this is what I need you to tell me. How many Van?
Oh.
I was doing a high school broadcast. I don't know if you were still working for the news then or not. If you were still working for the radio or the news station or not. We're in the press box. Now, mind you, Ryan is one of the guys when I first got in the media that, he kind of brought me along a little bit, gave me a little advice, helped me out. Like, he helped me, come along. I give him a lot of credit for that. We're in the press box, and the handles come up in the press box at a high school game. They tapping him on the shoulder, man, escorting him out the press box. Man, what happened? I can't remember. Do you know what happened? Is that the first press box you ever been kicked out of? I heard it wasn't.
That may have been not the first time that it happened. I think I know what the story you're talking about. I was doing the PA at that game.
Lafayette.
Yeah, it was Lafayette. Yeah, and they said I was showing too much favoritism for Lafayette.
Yeah.
And I was like, touchdown, Lafayette! And then it was supposed to be partial. So I think it was a playoff game or something, wasn't it? And I was supposed to be an impartial announcer. And I was like showing favoritism for the home team. And opposing team fans were like pointing at me in the press box and like yelling at me and pointing at me and like, we're going to kick your, And so over the loudspeaker, I said, security to the press box, please. And I thought they were going to come in because they were yelling at me. That's what Anthony was talking about when the security came up and like, hey, dude, we're going to get you out of here because they are like really mad at you the way what you're doing right now. They did. They kind of escorted me out of the press box so the fans wouldn't come after me that game. All because I was just announcing the football game and basically yelling for Lafayette.
Explain that to me though. Who hired you? If you were the PA for the home team, isn't that what the whole team does? I mean,
Exactly. I was basically there representing the home team. I thought I should be favoring the home team, but no, it was a playoff game. I was supposed to show no favoritism.
No, that sounds like the most Kentucky thing. That sounds like a Kentucky thing right there. If that was a neutral site, I could understand, but come on, man.
I guess for a playoff game.
No, that don't make any sense.
You sure?
If it was played at Lafayette's a home team, they earned the home field advantage for whatever reason. They deserve the PA guy.
Yeah,
that is true. But that may have been it may have been a playoff game, but I think it was a city game as well. If I recall, because I guess an away team probably wouldn't have that big of a problem, but another city team would have a problem. And if it were up to me, if I wasn't being paid to be there, I would have helped you out, man. I would have walked you down myself, man. Just know that.
I would have come and got you for sure. Yeah, it was a city game. I think it might have even been State Street, if I'm not mistaken, was the other crowd that was yelling at me. Yeah,
that makes a whole lot of sense.
Hold on, why does that even matter? Why does it matter if it's a city team?
Because it's a local playoff game. It's kind of supposed to be a what's that? A neutral territory.
No.
So
It's at Lafayette School. Lafayette has a home field event. They on the home side. They pick the best sideline. The scoreboard says home versus visitors. If they're home, it should says Lafayette on the scoreboard and visitors on the other side. It doesn't say home and visitors. I'm sure. Come on, man. That
yeah,
makes sense.
you might be right about that. You might be right about that.
That makes sense, man.
And then plus you got all Lafayette's band parents. That don't help at all.
Right,
You
no.
know.
I'm sure at halftime Lafayette went indoors to their locker room and Taste Creek stayed outside behind the goalpost.
I'm sure they did. I didn't think people were getting their butts whooped, and that just made it worse.
Oh, okay. Well, then I see this. Okay, they were getting their butt whooped. Then yeah, that makes it a little bit worse. You twisting the knife a little bit more.
I did. I was. That's what made it a lot worse.
Oh boy.
All right. Man, you know one thing I found out, man, I don't know if people know this, man. And I have never heard you say this, and I've been around you a long time, and I've heard you say a lot of things.
Yeah, A-Dub and I have been around together a long time.
I don't know. That's a good thing.
Oh, that's a good thing, man. That's a good thing. Being around is always a good thing. Not being around ain't a good thing.
I don't know about being around you, A-Dub, though. I don't know.
Come on, man. You keep saying that, but all the people that's around me prosper, man. Prosper and blossom. Prosper and blossom. I'm like sunshine.
I haven't prospered
Oh,
yet.
you absolutely prospering, man. You absolutely prospering, man. Just being around. Hey, but Ryan, you were at Kentucky Wesleyan. Forget the baseball stuff. We may get to that. I don't know. I'm kind of impressed, but not really, because I think you played down. I think you were like you played down, but you were academic all district.
Oh, yeah. How about that?
In college.
I was actually, I think if you do the proper research, A-Dub, which I know you will, I think I was the first ever academic all-district baseball player in the history of Kentucky College. Look it up. Look it up.
Hey,
Wow.
I got somebody. I'm gonna see if they gon' I got somebody. I want to see if they can validate that story, man.
Well, look, it's easy to make good grades when you're a communications major and you're going into broadcast. That's when, see, I chose the easiest major in the whole college. That's why it's easy to make good grades when you're going to be a broadcasting major, right? All you got to do is sit in front of the camera or sit in front of the microphone and talk. Okay, I can do that. I can handle that.
I heard you've been doing that since you were a little youngster. Like since you were youngster, you were sitting on the bench at the games because you couldn't get in. So you used to be doing play that. No, for real, that's what they said. That's what the word was, man. Any truth to that? Dante, any truth to that?
My mom said I would play nurse basketball. When we all had nurse basketball, I played nurse basketball in my room and do play-by-play the whole time. I was playing the whole time. Of course, I was the leading scorer. I'd be scoring 44 points a game. Nobody's going to touch me when I'm playing nurse basketball. But yeah, I'd be playing center field in my high school games or my little league games, and I'm doing play-by-play while I'm out playing in the game the whole time. I don't know. I get bored out there, I guess, playing outfield. So I just started doing play-by-play during the game.
Wow.
Yeah. Stupid stuff we used to do.
Wait a minute. So Dante, you just gonna come on here and just sit in the cut, or you gonna say something?
He's slouching like moonlight. Turn some light on, man.
I just want to hear what kind of lies Ryan's going to be telling.
Hey, I already used your 2 helmet thing on Van as soon as I came on.
Hey, Van, he asked me what kind of stories he could tell on you, so that's the only good one that I can remember.
Oh, you ain't watched close enough, then. you ain't watched close enough.
No, that's the only negative thing he could say about me. Everything else, man.
Dante, what he said was he had to wear 2 helmets because he was cleaning up all your messes and your missed tackles.
He did say that. He did say that.
Hey, that was facts.
Van, you didn't say that, did you?
He said that. He said it out of his own mouth. He said
Dante,
it.
were you not Sam linebacker?
I was an outside, yeah.
Well, no, were you Sam? Yes. I used to play field corner back in them days, and The break contain was always happening, and I had to come up there and stick my neck up in there because Dante stuck his neck inside and got hit by a tackle and got sealed inside, and then bumped, and then there's me.
Look, I just came on to join you guys just to hear what was going on, and I'm getting battered. I want to support you guys, but if I'm just going to get on here and get battered like this, I'm going to quit joining.
Well,
This the locker, brother. That is what happens in the locker, bro. The locker is anything goes. You know that. Don't come on here with that, man. Don't come on here with that.
I can appreciate that. Y'all talking to one of my best friends here in Lexington, and we hang out a tremendous amount of time with each other. And I mean, you couldn't get a more better person to be on your show than him to give you the runabout through Lexington sports. I'm sure you guys have talked about, how COVID has messed a lot of things up with Lexington sports. But luckily, our superintendent and the governor has agreed to let us play because a lot of people ain't talking. A lot of people talking about the negative side effects of COVID, but they're not talking about the negative side effects of some of these kids' mental state of mind and their physical state of mind by not being able to participate. And I think the coaches have taken on a huge responsibility in want these kids to play and trying to do everything possible in a safe manner to get these kids, out of the streets. When there's idle time is the devil's hand is what they say, right?
yeah.
And regardless of what's going on, these kids are going to get with each other and be together. But if they are focused on a common goal and fighting towards something, that keeps the negative stuff out of the way, I think. I'm not saying I'm the expert, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn a couple of times.
Hold on. Ryan,
why Dante come on here all serious, man? We had a good conversation, and now Dante get all heavy. What's up with that, man?
Hey, Van.
We're gonna put him back in the waiting room. If you bring the mood down one more notch, you going back in the waiting room.
No, Van, tell the truth though. How influential was sports in your life? Both you, Anthony, and Ryan. The camaraderie and the what it taught you on how to be a man.
Well, Ryan was obviously getting good grades and crap. So it might. So we might not want Ryan's opinion because he was on the damn all academic damn team, man. At Kentucky Wesleyan, he was the biggest man on campus, and you getting academics done.
He was a real student athlete. He was a real student athlete, not an athlete student.
My chops about being on the all academic, all district team. You missed that. He's busting my chops about it.
Hey, I salute you, brother. There was tutors for things like that.
But Ryan, what's y'all take? I know y'all get a lot of callers on your show on KSR, Kentucky Sports Radio, whatever. What's your take on what is the consensus of people around the city? Because I hear both sides,
Dante's right. He and I talk a lot about it. That's one topic that doesn't get discussed enough about the mental health of these kids that have been stuck at home now since March. And if they don't get to play and if they miss another season and just the depression, I think that they go through, and that's why it's so important. I think they do get this chance to play. And I think the KHSA sees that. I think Fayette County School Board, I think they do take that into consideration. Just getting together, and Dante's right. Just that camaraderie of being together on the field, in the locker room, man. That's some of our thoughts. All four of us can agree, man. Some of our greatest memories, a lot of time, are not just what happens on the field, but what happens off the field with our buddies that we're friends with for life. We're friends with to this day. That happened with your teammates, man. So I commend the KSFA and Fayette County for letting them at least continue to try to get together and let them play.
Hey, I'm the only one on here, I guess, that don't have kids. So Van, I guess, like, is that bigger though? Is that whole thing bigger than your kids playing? Is that bigger than the whole health and family risk? Because I don't have kids, so I don't I really don't have an opinion on whether I would want my kid to be out there if it risks our family's health.
Yeah, it's a tough one for me. It's my kid's freshman year. So for me, honestly, it wasn't that important. So I took him out of summer track. If he was a junior, senior, my opinion might be a little different. But I don't know, man. It's life sucks, man. In my opinion, and sometimes you have to grow up faster than you want to, and if you lose a season, if you get injured and lose a season, then you lose the season. And to me, it's kind of funny for me, not funny, I don't know what the word is, ironic, that we don't consider kids' mental health until certain things happen. Like do we consider mental health when this kid loses starting position, then someone gets in front of him? We kind of just put him on the sideburn. You didn't work your ass hard enough in the summertime, so to speak. There's a lot of mental health involved in sports that we kind of put to the back burner that now all of a sudden a lot of people are worried about it. And we should be worried about it from jump. There should be an issue from jump. And it's just interesting that, like, today, that we worry about mental health. It should be something that we should have been concerned about for a long time. That's just my 2 cents.
So Dante, you think y'all gonna get a season in?
Well, I think that coaches in this time have adjusted because they've had to adjust the way that they do things, and we're doing the best things we can in order to keep our kids safe. That's the biggest goal that we have to have, is keeping our kids safe. We can talk numbers and things like that all day, but the reality of it is, it's not really important to me to have people come see us play. It's important for me for these kids to come and compete. You
Right.
take some of the lower economical kids that bank on, their athletic performance, getting them out of situations, and you take a kid who's teetering on becoming a very good player their junior year and they miss it, which you guys all know, the junior year is a big year for a lot of people.
Yeah.
To take that away from them and not let colleges evaluate them to change the rest of their life potentially in a positive way can be detrimental to their success in life. And that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I don't see. I would say every coach, every high school coach definitely has the kids that at their best. They thinking about the kids. My problem isn't the football team. My problem is the rest of the student body. I have no problem.
Yeah.
Football team is going to do what they're supposed to do. Coach is going to do what they're supposed to do to keep their kids healthy, to keep their kids safe. It's the guy who is the troublemaker, the class clown, and all his buddies and all that stuff. Those are the people that I worry about. So, that's tough, man. I'll just say this: my kids go to a small school here in Baton Rouge, and they started face to face, and it lasted 2 days, a day and something before they had to close down because someone had it. It's like that kind of sucks to get the kids there, then have to take them back. It's like, man, it's not the football players. It's not the football players. It's the regular students.
Some type of way.
So it's tough,
And
man.
I think you gotta have you gotta know when kids go back to school, there are kids that are gonna get it. That's without a doubt.
Hold on. You gonna have to call back in on Thursday. I got Ryan Lemon. You know how much work I had to do with Ryan to get Ryan Lemon on here? And we got people waiting to hear Ryan Lemon, and y'all talking about Douglas football.
Thank you. I said that from jump.
I just
This-
want to
yo, you
come
talking
here and
about-
listen.
He got heavy.
I'm putting you back. I'm gonna put you back in the waiting room then. Are you gonna listen? Cause you done brought it. You done brought it. Hold on, wait a minute. I don't know how to put him back in the waiting room.
Hey,
Anyway.
I'm president of the Douglas fan club, man. I'm #1 Douglas fan right here, so let it go.
Hey, Randy, your boys. I thought last time I talked, you said your boys ain't playing football anymore. Are they? Am I
Well, funny
incorrect
you
in
said
that?
My youngest son is an 8th grader, and he just went today to get his helmet. He's decided to play his 8th grade year. He played up until he was a 6th grader. He didn't play last year as a 7th grader. He's decided to come back and play as an 8th grader. So I think Dante's son Dane has kind of convinced him to come back and play. So he's playing this year as an 8th grader.
Where is he playing at? And I'm glad you got your audio problem fixed. You sound a whole lot better now. But where?
Well, I didn't know it was bad. Was it bad to start with?
Yeah, it's kind of muffled.
He's playing at Leestown Middle School.
Oh, with old Coach Ward, huh? Coach Ward. And JT Haskins chimed in, so I'm sure he had something to do with that as well.
Yeah. His son was there. His son's a year ahead of Josiah. So little JT just is a freshman now. So he was a year ahead of him.
Okay, so Josiah's gonna be back. Is this like a preliminary year where we're gonna see how this year goes, and then we'll see if he goes to Douglas, or
Yeah.
is this just kind of like this is the kickstart?
Oh yeah,
the rest of his
definitely
career.
go to Douglas because he's a basketball player. So,
Okay.
But if Coach Key can mold him, maybe he'll play football at Douglas also.
Yeah, he plays defense, right? Because one thing Coach Key can do, he can coach some defense. I tell people that in a heartbeat. Coach, I ain't never seen a not defensively fundamentally sound team that Coach Key was a part of. But
I hope he coaching curl flat. Because he could never get to the damn flat. I tell you that.
Hey, I always wanted to be in the box, bro.
Yeah, that's true. That's understandable.
hey, but this is what I wanted to know from Ryan, man. And I want to, like, when I talk to you, I want to say be serious, but I know that's a shot in the dark, man. When I say, hey, look, be serious for me, I know that ain't gonna happen. I've never seen you serious, but tell me, how did you get into the KSR thing? Because I know I've known you for a long time, and Matt Jones and those guys, Drew and one more.
Shannon the dude.
Shannon. I've never met Shannon. And how did you come to Lexington? How did they come to Lexington? And you link up with these guys? Like, is there a story behind it? You already got a story.
Well, it's kind of a fluke, really. Matt started the KSR website when I was still at Channel 18,
Right.
and part of the website was they did podcasts. You know, what you guys do. They did a podcast back in the day when podcasts were just first starting, and their very first podcast that they ever did, and this is no joke, their first guest they ever had as guests were Jay Billis, Brandon Wright, who was a big recruit at the time that Tubby Smith was trying to get, and me. Those were his first guests
Damn.
on the KSR podcast. And I was at Channel 18 at the time. And then just as it went on, every so often they would bring me on just as a guest. Well, I left Channel 18 in 2007, and he started the radio show in Louisville in 2011. We had a couple guys that were on with him. Mark Krebs did Monday and Tuesday, the former UK player.
Right.
Perrin Johnson did Wednesday, Thursday, and then he had a producer did Friday with him, Big Easy. Well, one of the Mondays, Mark Krebs couldn't come in, so he called me and just asked me to come and fill in, because I was filling in on shows here in Lexington, on Dick Gabriel's show, and with you, Anthony, on the Sunday morning show. I just come and fill in. I was just a fill-in guy here in Lexington. So he called me to come and fill in on the KSR radio show one day on a Monday, and I'm like, sure, I did it. Well, then, like a couple weeks later, Perrin Johnson needed a fill-in on a Wednesday or a Thursday on his shift. Okay, I did it. Well, then a couple weeks later, Mark Krebs says, man, I need to quit. So he calls me and says, can you do every Monday, Tuesday? I'm like, yeah, I got nothing else to do. Might as well do it. And I'm not kidding you. A couple weeks after that, Perrin Johnson says, I need to quit. So Matt says, can you do his shift? So can you do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? And that's literally how it happened. I went from a fill-in guy, just filling in a couple times, to those guys quit and left within a couple weeks of each other, within a month. So yeah, within a month time, I went from a fill-in guy to doing every day. And then just a couple months later, we got on, the radio show got on here at WLAP, Anthony, in Lexington. And that's when the show just took off. When we got on here in Lexington, that's when it started getting picked up by all the different affiliates across the state. And that's just when it kind of just blew up. And nobody saw it coming. Nobody could have predicted it. It's just a little rink-a-dink radio show that started in Louisville. And for some reason, it just took off and exploded. And nobody saw it coming. Nobody ever could have thought that this was going to be this successful.
So you were feeling, and I know last time I did a show with you, and Dante was there as well. I did a show with you, and you told me a little story, and you become kind of bigger than the athletes here. Like, you know, I you know how I got the Anthony White, but now it's like, you know, Ryan Lemon. I'm like, what the hell you mean? You know, do you know who I am? So what's the craziest thing that's happened to you? And it could have been before you became part of KSR, because I've always loved you, man. Always give me a hug, man. I always loved you. But what's the craziest thing that's happened to you since you became the Ryan Lemon?
Shit. Dante's got. Dante,
come on, man. Don't hold back, man.
We do this stupid stuff at the radio show. I mean, stupid stuff. And one of the stupid things we do is, like, I do these pep talks where I end up taking my shirt off. So that's always funny. You see this chubby little bald white guy with his belly hanging out, running around half naked, doing stuff. But the bad part is, we did one at Country Boy. That's Matt calling right there. We did one at Country Boy Brewery in Georgetown, and I took my shirt off and I took my pants off. And when I took my pants off, I had a pair of these little bitty UK shorts on. I mean, they were really little bitty. And when I took my shorts off and I had those little bitty shorts on, let's just say little Ryan started sneaking out the side a little bit. So that may have been the most embarrassing thing I ever did. Because if you were at the right part of that Country Boys area, you saw maybe a little more than you should have that day.
I can't, man. I can't with you, man.
And when you say little Ryan, you're not talking about your little son, Ryan. You talking?
Yeah, I'd like to say Big Ryan, but Dante knows it's not Big Ryan. It's Little Ryan.
Man, yeah. We gotta put that in perspective, because you know we're gonna have a podcast come off of this, and there is no such thing as a Little Ryan Lemon. There's not a person. There is not a human being named Ryan Lemon Jr. So Little Ryan is not really a person.
No.
Yeah.
Just for the podcast version.
It is a person. It's just, you know.
It's a member. They call it a member.
He kept trying to sneak out too, so I kept having to be careful what was going on.
And so wait a minute. So why the hell do you take your shirt off all the damn time, man? Like every time I catch you on video, you taking your damn shirt off in somebody's public facility, man.
Well, we did it one time because I had Amanda right on my chest, like, I love Benny Snell. That kind of started it. Like, I wanted it to look like I had a big tattoo on me. And so when I ripped my shirt off, and it looked like I had a tattoo that said, I love Benny. And then so the next time we did it, like, I had I Heart Terry for Terry Wilson. And so that kind of became the gig. When I ripped my shirt off, like, I had to have some sort of tattoo or something on me. And so I just kept doing it after that.
Oh, so it's a billboard. So I never looked at that. So when you rip your shirt off, there's always a message behind it. You're not ripping it off.
Well, not every time. Just a couple times, you know. Who doesn't like to see a chubby, fat white guy running around naked, half naked sometimes, you know?
You're not really naked because you're a hairy individual, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 54 years old now, and I don't think my boys like that too much. My dog's barking. Be quiet.
Is his name on Lil Ryan?
Lil Ryan's back out, huh?
That's little Dante running around the house right there.
You named your dog Dante for real?
little bitty Dante for obvious reasons. Little bitty teeny tiny Dante.
Now, how did y'all become friends? Because Dante is. How did y'all become friends?
Well,
Yeah.
that's a good story that we tell sometimes.
Oh,
It is
He
a good
has his
story.
youngest son Dane and my son Michael are the same age, and so we were absolutely coaching against each other in a little league here in town, and he had a really, really good team, and I had a really, really good team, and we kind of casually knew each other anyway. But that one summer when our two teams were really good, we played against each other. Our fans and his fans were horrible, and they were yelling. And one game it got really nasty, ugly, and our fans were yelling at each other. They were yelling at me. They were yelling at him. One of my assistant coaches about got into it with one of his coaches, and it was ugly. It was horrible. So after the game, I went over to Dante's house and sat at his kitchen table, and he and I
Hold
just
on,
talked. I'm like,
Ryan.
man, what we gonna do?
You for,
You know,
hey Ryan,
huh?
you forgot to say you pissed off a grandma.
Oh yeah, I did.
hold on, hold on.
I got one of his. I got one of his grandmas really, really mad.
There's some missing in that story. Y'all went from fighting on the field to going to his living room. How
Yeah.
the hell did you get from leaving the game to his living room? Did
Well,
you know where
he and I
lived?
didn't get mad at each other. You know,
Oh,
he and I were cool, and he and
Okay.
I maintained our cool. It was the fans
Okay.
and everything. So I went over to his house after the game, and we just talked it out. I said, man, what are we going to do? Because we knew we were going to face each other again later in the season and again in the playoffs. And we both just decided, look, you control your fans, talk to your fans. I'll control my fans. We'll talk to our fans. And I think I just got an added respect for him that day, and we just kind of hit it off and really became friends that night. And my son and his son became like best of friends, and Dante and I became best of friends, and it just kind of really grew from that horrible incident on the Little League field that night. And I've grown to love his family. His son Devin has been an incredible role model for my sons. Incredible role model, and Dane, like I said, has been just a great friend to my son, and is a good role model for my youngest son now. So I love him and his family to death.
All right.
Right
Who
back
ended
at
up
you,
winning
bro.
those games, though?
Yeah, who won the game? Yeah.
Who won the game? Don't get all soft with me. Who won the game?
This guy.
I think we won that one, but then he came back and won the next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy is that every time, like, the reason I met you, I don't know how I met you, just doing media stuff, and I just like the fact that you unfiltered, like you just, we say, and that's why I tell people, whenever you and I work together, the conversations off the camera or off the mic, off a hot mic, is better than the stuff and the stuff we give them. I think the stuff you give them is great. But so every time you link up with somebody, you become friends. Like you got any enemies? Anybody in the media that doesn't like you, or because I work with some media people, and I know some media people don't like some people. And this is the locker, and you can't dodge any questions because you came in here. Is there anybody? It don't have to be media. It could be a coach, UK coach, high school coach. Is there anybody you don't like, or is there anybody that don't like you? If they see you, they want to kick that tail.
This Taste Creek is one of them.
Yeah, the Tate Creek parents from that one year, probably one of them. For the most, I mean, my dad was a high school basketball coach, so this is the world I grew up in. I think that's why I've been able to get along with just about every coaches, players. Hey, I'm gonna kick some dog down the stairs. So I think that this is the world I grew up in. Hang on. Be quiet.
That's Dante's fault.
Hey, let me
That's-
tell you something about
It's little
Ryan.
Dante.
He's one.
But-
Yeah, give us
That's
some
little
dirt.
Dante.
Give me some dirt.
Little bitty, teeny, tiny Dante.
Let me say something.
Now there's been some athletes I've had problems with, but not too many. Not anybody UK coach wise that I've had problems with.
Hold on, let Dante get his dirt, and I'm coming back.
Yeah.
I'm coming back to
Oh, okay.
those
There's
athletes.
no dirt.
Oh, if ain't no dirt.
The reason nobody can dislike Ryan is because he's just one of those guys that, that draws you to him. He's one of those guys that make you feel comfortable and makes you want to be around him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's fun. He's funny. He's got a great spirit about him, and people are drawn to him. Even if he wasn't on KSR, he just has that magnetic thing that makes you want to, be his friend. And that's what I'm drawn to, and I think he's probably one of the best friends I have here in Lexington. Well, he is.
Okay, that makes sense. I can buy. I absolutely can buy that. But Ryan, tell me about those players, man. What are some players that you? And if you don't want to get, I'm gonna give you out because you work. Well, no, because you work in more entertainment than sports. No, because I don't want his day job to become an issue. Because
you don't have to give the name, but the situation. I mean, these
oh no, I want to know who. But that's what I'm saying. You could give me enough. It rhymes with Anthony Davis or rhymes with Anthony Mavis.
No, I've said it on KSR before that maybe the hardest guy to deal with when he was at Kentucky, without a doubt, was Rajon Rondo, with no question. He was just temperamental, hard to talk to. He would ignore you. He wouldn't answer your questions.
Oh wow!
He was. I don't know, man. He was just hard to deal with. He didn't like the media. Gerald Fitch didn't like the media. Didn't like talking to the media. Didn't like talking to people.
Wow.
I know. Even though Antoine Walker has been really nice to me since he's got into the media, when he was at UK, he really pissed me off a couple times. Wouldn't talk to me a couple times. So
really,
there's been just some UK. I don't think I've ever had a problem with the UK football player, but some basketball players just, I don't know. I think they get a little full of themselves sometimes. They're just really hard to talk to sometimes.
But let me ask you this, Ryan. Though, my research tells me, and I didn't know this. I thought you were around longer than that, but you started in this area in about '96. So you were a newbie back then. You still had all your hair. Oh. And you had a flat stomach probably back then. So was it maybe because they didn't know who you were?
Yeah, I had great hair when you were there in '96, Anthony. Absolutely, yeah. I just missed Dante and Van, but I was here for Aunt B, Anthony White's prime years for sure.
Yeah. You put a microphone on my face, I'm gonna tell you something.
I was there in '96, Ryan.
That was his last year.
Yeah.
I got here. My first football season was the fall of '96.
Yeah, I was there. That's my.
When Curry got fired. When Curry got fired.
Yep.
Yeah, when Curry got fired, that was my first year.
Yep.
You got any memories from that?
First football season.
You got any memories from the media side of that? Like, did anybody say anything that surprised you or?
No, but I was blown away by the football team that year. They ripped the K off the one side of their helmet, and then they went out and won like 3 or 4 games in a row after that. To me, they weren't very good until they ripped the K off, and then they became a great football team.
Dude, yeah. As Anthony said, that was my idea. That was, as a senior captain that year, that was the most frustrating team ever. Because we had so much talent on that team, but no one gave a damn until, and this is, seriously, this is the, this thing that pisses me off about that team. You know why everybody played better those last 3 to 4 games? Because we had a new damn coach coming in. I will hold that up forever. If Coach Curry would have been the coach the next year, I don't think we would have won those three games in a row. Yeah,
maybe it was the idea of, man, we just got this man fired.
No, dude.
And then they started becoming a little bit.
Anthony, we did nothing freaking different.
Oh,
nothing.
Wow.
Now, it would have been different if this was 95 when it was Coach U's first year there, right? We had the same offense we had the previous year. We had the same defense we had the previous year. And we had all seniors in the secondary. Our defense was still good, so let me scratch that. We had a quarterback returning. I guess the running back was a little bit in disarray a little bit, but offensive line was pretty much intact. Everything was intact. And I'm telling you, I will hold this to my grave that some of them jokers played harder because they knew they had to play for a new coach. I would.
Yeah, you beat Georgia. You came out and beat Georgia after that.
We beat Mississippi State. We beat Vandy, which we haven't beaten in my 3 years previous. And so we was 5. So before I got there, we lost 2. So we didn't beat Vandy 5 years in a row. We finally beat them, and we beat Georgia at home. We skull dragged Georgia. I had an interception that game too, and my last one in college.
So, so Ryan, what that brought back? Remember, I see Van already
go back Thursday.
Van already get hyped up over when you start talking about that '96 team. But
yeah,
so man, give me, man, tell the people, because I'm learning a little bit about you, man. Tell me, because I admire you and I know you just get into the most ridiculous situations. What's the best thing? What's your best memory on media side of working local media, and what's your worst moment? Like, what have you done that you like, man, I'm never gonna recover from this? Besides Lil Ryan coming out, peeking out.
I know the best one is, without a doubt, when Kentucky won the '98 national championship in basketball. That team, that Cameron Mills, Jeff Shepard, Allen Edwards, that group, because that tournament run, you remember Allen Edwards' mom died like right before March Madness started, and they just kind of rallied around him, and that team, they were 10 points down against Duke and Tampa and came back and won, and they were down against Stanford in the semifinal game and won, and down against Utah, and I was on the court when the confetti comes down, and on the court when they're playing one shining moment. So to be on the court when they're playing one shining moment and you're with them as they're seeing it for the first time, and that was, to me, that was unbelievably cool for a kid who used to be at home watching one shining moment on TV, and there I was standing on the court with the Wildcats as they're watching it for the first time. I've always said that's one of the greatest moments of my sports broadcasting career, for sure. Now, the worst, there's 2. One football, one basketball.
Uh-oh.
The basketball one is after Chuck Hayes' senior year, and they got beat in Austin, Texas, in the Elite Eight by Michigan State, and that's the game where Patrick Sparks hit that shot at the buzzer, and he went over to Billy Packer at the scores table, starts yelling at him, and it went into overtime, and then they got beat. And then after the game, we have to go in the locker room and talk to everybody, and Chuck Hayes is in the corner of the locker room just bawling, and everybody's already showered and taking their uniform off, and he's still sitting there in his uniform, and he's like, I can't. He's saying, through his tears, I can't take it off. I can't take it off. He didn't want to take that uniform off because he knew that was the last time he was going to take that uniform off. And I remember, like, man, you get that knot in your throat, and like, oh my God, you're trying to separate yourself. But that was a sad moment and a sad locker room to be in, to lose that game and to see Chuck Hayes like that. And similarly, from football, you guys remember this, being football guys, when Jared Lorenzen and they're playing Florida at Commonwealth Stadium, and they had Florida beat, and he throws that interception to Kejuan Ratliff, and Kejuan Ratliff ran it the other way. And they got beat. Kentucky wasn't very good, and they had a chance to upset Florida, and they got beat. And that's the game where the Commonwealth Stadium's completely empty, and he stayed out on the field after the game in his uniform and just refused to leave. And we had to go interview people after the game. And Derek Abney, he sat there with big red eyes and tears in his eyes after the game. And I'll never forget what he said. He said, man, when's it going to be our turn? When do we get to celebrate? When's it finally going to be our chance to win a game like this? And that's when, after it was over, after he said that, we walk out on the field, and Jared is still sitting out there on the field in his shoulder pad and uniform, and the place is completely empty, and Jared is still out there. So those without a doubt are the 2 worst instances for me as part of the media to have to deal with.
Dang, man. And I thought Dante brought the mood down earlier. Sheesh, man.
Right.
Damn.
Hey,
Man.
I thought he was gonna say when he got thrown in the mud at the Derby.
Because it always rains there in Derby. It always
Bring
rains.
that up. That was my first ever Kentucky Derby too. My first one. I was so excited. I couldn't wait to get there. I had my suit on. I was looking fly. And then the dude picks me up, spins me around, and throws me in the mud.
On purpose, or it just kind of lost
No, on
grip
purpose
of
to
you?
be funny.
Damn. Whoa. Well, was this at the end of the Derby? So you just went home, or you had to sit around in that mud all day?
Before the first race.
Damn.
Oh.
Oh no, man.
Oh.
It's on YouTube. You can find it.
Oh.
His
I wish we had that on here.
Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you do, Anthony. Yeah.
little Ryan is getting kicked. I'll say that. No way.
What did Dante? So what did Dante do? Dante ain't no little dude, man. What did he do? Why they were throwing you in the mud?
Oh, Dante wasn't there.
Oh, okay. All right, so we got about 5 minutes left. This is the one thing I've been wondering about, man. I'm kind of perturbed with you. Van's a food guy. He can cook. I can't cook worth a darn, but my mom can, and most of everybody in my family can. So I go to KS Bar. I've been to KS Bar twice, and I didn't ask to put my picture up like Dante. I ain't asked for my picture to be put up in there or nothing like that, but. I go in there, man, and I tried your drink. You got a drink out in Harrisburg too, at Lemon Mills, right?
Lemon's Mill Brewery.
Yep, I had your drink out there. But every time I go in there, man, I start dropping names. I trying to be a little subtle. Yeah, man, Ryan, my boy told me, man, I don't get no discount, man. I don't get an extra pour or nothing, man. So what's going on at KS Bar? Tell me some story. Give me a funny story about KS Bar. Good. Give me a good one and a bad one, and tell me what your favorites are on the menu.
Well, here's the best story. We walk into KS Bar when it first opened, and we see all these pictures, and you guys, there's not a whole lot of football pictures. I think we got Randall Cobb, and we've got one of Freddie Maggard since he works at KSR. They got a jersey of Andre Woodson, and Dante's looking around, and he looks at me and he goes, "Where in the hell's my picture?" So I say, "Okay, you're right. We'll get a picture for you." So I work with his wife, Nicole. She gets me a picture of him, and we hang it up in the restaurant. So the next time he comes back in, I'm like, "Come here, man. We got a picture of you. We hung it up." I can tell. He swells up. He's feeling good. I said, "Come here. Let me show you where it is." There's a picture up. There's a TV up on the wall, up pretty high. I said, "Come here. Let me show you where we hung it." We hung his picture behind the TV up in the corner. I said, "There's your fucking picture right there behind the TV, smart ass." So it stayed up there. It stayed up there for like, 6 or 7 months, Dante, didn't it? Just to rub it in, because you were such a smart ass. We kept his picture behind a TV in the corner for a long time, till finally now we got him a nice picture, nice frame picture of his big game where he was National Defensive Player of the Week in the Louisville game.
Yeah.
We got it in a nice spot down there. So he's now one of the couple of, we don't have very many football pictures, but he's one of the football pictures that's up there now.
Okay.
I had to pull some strings, Anthony.
Apparently you did, man.
Hey, he and Jamie were the culprits of that shit.
Hey man, at least you got your picture up in there. I got my picture up in a couple places. It takes some coaxing, but if it's my homie, if it's my best friend, I don't know, man. You throw my picture up in there, man.
Come on, man. Yeah, at least.
We still got a spot behind that TV. We can put your picture up right behind
No,
that
I
TV.
won't mind. Hey, if ain't nobody gonna be able to see it, I don't want it up there. But so there ain't no wild moments, man. I done heard there's been some wild moments. Well, I guess you take your shirt off in there all the time. Apparently, I've heard that on during
I
your
took
show.
my shirt off and danced on the bar the night that Kentucky beat Florida down at Florida. That
Yeah.
night, we were spraying champagne all over everybody.
I
There's-
seen that.
there's,
Yeah.
There's video of that on YouTube also.
So nothing else. So nothing else wild goes on in there. It ain't like when Drake's first opened over there on in Tate's Creek Center. Not Tate's Creek Center. The one down the road from there.
Well,
I don't know if you remember when that thing opened.
I had to spend the night in there 6 nights last summer. I stayed the night in there 6 nights in a row.
For overindulging?
Well, do what?
Because you were overindulging? Why'd you spend
Because I missed 5 putts. We had this little thing where I missed putts and had to spend the night in there.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, man. We got
Another stupid thing we did.
go ahead. we got a couple more minutes, man. So what are your signature dishes on the menu, and what's your favorite thing on the menu? It isn't
the wings are the
it'd be
best.
odd if it wasn't your signature dish, but
Well, the wings are the best thing we have, Anthony. That's why if you go, you got to get the wings because they're smoked wings. That's the best thing we have.
and you go hold on. Are you going on record with a discount for your boy?
I when I'll give you a discount, I'll meet you and buy your wings for you. How's that?
Oh.
Hey, man, you could. Hey, that's music to my ears, man.
Yeah. You meet me one day after KSR on when you're ready, and I'll buy you lunch down there.
Hey, I'm gonna hold you to that one. All right, okay, so the wings are the best on the menu, but don't you have a signature burger, or you just have a signature drink?
Oh, the burgers are good too, man. We got several burgers on there. Barbecue bourbon burger's good.
Okay.
What's that one burger Dante and we had to split it. It was so big. It's too big for one person. You got to split it in half.
Wow.
The appetizer is the cheese longs.
Yeah, cheese
The
longs.
what? Oh, there's a cheese
Cheese
stick,
longs.
basically a version of a cheese stick.
No, it's
Oh.
a log, brother.
It's a log.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The cheese stick you'll see on the menu, that's like Brandon Stockton. These are cheese logs. These are Shigari Aline.
Man, you still miss my question. What is the eliminator or is that where the eliminator is that at Mills? Is that
That's
at
it.
Lemon Mills? Or
Yeah, the Eliminator is my beer that they make at Lemon's Mill Brewery.
okay,
You can get it
okay.
there, and you can get it at our bar, but they're usually sold out half the time. So
Oh,
it's
really?
tough to get it. You got to be there at the right time to get it.
And I thought you had a sandwich on the menu as well.
Not for me. John Short has a burger called the All American Burger. You can get that.
What is it? Lettuce, tomato, pickle, onion?
It's just a standard hamburger. But John Short, he only eats his burgers plain. He doesn't eat anything on his
Oh.
burger, just plain. But you can get whatever you want on. I'm not kidding you, Anthony. The food's good there. I'm not just saying that because we own it. I mean, the food is really good down there.
And you know the best kind of food you can get?
Free.
Man, thank you. So I'm sure. I've had appetizers there. I don't think I had the wings yet. I've had appetizers there. Yeah,
You
so
obviously
we
haven't had the cheese log because you didn't know what the hell that was.
no, I had the cheese.
That's obvious.
I had a cheese log, man.
Come down, both of you. Come down. Go to a Douglas football game, and then after the game, we'll come over to the restaurant, and I'll buy both you guys the meal.
Okay, I ain't gonna bring Cisco Bryant with me though, cause that's my boy, man. I coached him over at Crawford. I ain't gonna bring him with me, so. And we busted up Leestown last year with little JT, so
Yeah.
I don't want Josiah to feel like, man, I'm scared. I don't want to be scared because we left a lot of points on the field on that scoreboard. I don't want him to feel like, man, this dude's disrespectful.
I don't think we play you this year. We only play 5 games. I don't think we play you.
Middle school.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, that's fine. We can definitely make that happen. We can definitely make that happen. Hey, so before we go though, are you still real estating? Because I seen you parked across the street from my house a couple years back, man. And I was like, I ain't know if you was trying to paparazzi me or you was actually trying to sell some real estate, man.
That's my main job. I do this radio stuff for fun. Real estate stuff's my main job. That's how I support the family. So whenever you guys are ready to buy that $1 million house or Tim Couch's house, call me. I'll hook you up. I can definitely get you in there, and we'll go buy that house. Tim Couch's house was only what, $4.5 million. We can go buy that anytime you're ready. I can be your realtor. I'll hook you up.
You have that on the, you're not listing it.
No.
Are you going as a buyer?
Buyer's agent. We can go buy it.
All right, I'm gonna call Benny. I'm gonna call Benny and Josh when we get off here and see if they'll loan me something.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it. All right, man.
I didn't know Tim Couch was moving.
No, that's been on the market for a minute. By what, 4 years, 5 years?
Yeah, because there ain't nobody that can afford $4.5 million house. That's why.
Well, catch up with who they hired for Kenny Payne, Bruiser.
Bruiser Flint.
Bruiser ain't making that kind of money.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Bruiser not making that kind of money. Shit, Kenny Payne wasn't probably making that kind of money.
No, Kenny Payne wasn't. I don't think Kenny Payne is at a mill yet. He was almost to the mill. Yeah,
so you know Bruiser probably half of that. He probably had 435.
Oh man, hey man, Mr. Lemon, I appreciate you, man, for coming on, man. It's been a pleasure as usual. Your sidekick, man, he brought the mood down. We recovered, but he had some valid conversation. A lot of people want to know what we expect from the Scholastic football season this year coming up.
Yeah, especially when he came down. See, now he got more light. When he came in, I should have known he was going to bring it down. It was all dark. He had the Grim Reaper look on. I'm like, okay, we're about to be in some trouble.
Oh man, but if you need to buy a house, man, look.
Anytime my boy's doing something, I want to support it, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
I
Definitely
just wanna
appreciate
support y'all, man, the best I can.
He's my boy right there. Dante's my boy.
Well,
yes.
He wasn't your boy that one game that you whipped.
Oh man, all right, man, people. If you want to buy a house, man, look Ryan Lemon up. He ain't on Facebook. That's why I didn't tag him. He ain't on Facebook. He's on Twitter. You know, you can call KSR and ask him about a house. You can look him up. You with Colwell
Realty.
Colwell.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what I thought it was. Colwell. Yeah, he's with Colwell. Yeah. You go to Cass Bar. Try to eliminate her. You at Lemon Mills out in Harrisburg. Try to eliminate her out there. He said the wings is good. They got a cheese log. You might want to take a look at. Support little Josiah over at Leestown when you get a chance. Make him stay in the game. And Dante done bounced on us. You know, we got Dane Key coming up over at Douglas. So you Douglas, you the president of the fan club of Douglas, all right? So they can find you at Douglas.
With Dane playing over there right now. Yeah, we're all Douglas right now.
All right, man. And all things media, real talk, man. Check out Ryan Lemon, man. I appreciate you spending a little time with us, man.
I appreciate you having me on, man. I'd love to come on again sometime. So anytime you got somebody that cancels on you, you need some fill some space, call me, man. I'd love to come on again.
Listen, Ryan. Whenever Tuesday and Thursday from 9 to 10, if you see a conversation you want to get in on, man, you got the link, man. Click the link.
Okay.
And we jump you right in here because, hey, man, anytime you want, man. Anytime. You got an open Van, you give them open invite, you co-sign it with them.
I give them open invite. Just don't bring Dante with you.
I got you. I feel you totally. We got that.
All right, man. We appreciate
thanks,
you.
Man. I appreciate it. This is fun.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, man.
See you, brother.
Ryan Lemon. Man. Good show, man. Good stuff. Any closing words?
Closing word is make sure you wear shorts long enough that you don't
boxer briefs, man.
Boxer
briefs, man.
Wear some extra tights underneath so you don't let little. That's my advice for for the road.
Oh man, yes indeed. Oh man, I knew he was gonna bring some thunder, but I wasn't prepared for everything, man. That one I wasn't prepared for. But
I feel you.
before we go next week, tune in next week. We got one of our former teammates, Reggie Russ, put a book out. You got details on that?
Oh man, 1 second. I lost it.
Former
1 second. People.
safety, former DB,
It
former
is-
Tampa Bay Bucks, and go ahead.
Yeah. It is the recruiting playbook, an athlete's guide to the next level. It is a guide to help student athletes understand the recruiting process that provides them with tools and strategies to help them successfully get noticed by a college and professional coach.
And you already got your copy. Where'd you get your copy at?
I ordered through Reggie sent me a link. I will add the link on
To the show, to the pre-show.
Yep. I will add the
Okay.
link. And yeah, he's good people, man. Go buy his book, help support a former cat, and let's get him on this bestsellers list, man.
Yes, indeed, man. As usual, man. Appreciate you, man. Did your
sir.
thing. Held me
Hello.
down once again. Thanks for having strong shoulders and support, man. I'm sorry about the double helmet comments, but hey, as usual, you got broad, strong shoulders. You can take it.
I can take it. I can take all that shit. That's nothing.
All right, brother.